Alright, so YouTube, what's up? I'm back. And like I said, man, if you watch my other videos, I don't really have a certain way how I like come in and try to, format how I discuss things with y'all or whatnot, especially right now. 'Cause I'm kind of like, disorganized right now with how I'm giving y'all my content. But right now, man, I'm flipping through beats and stuff, man. I'm a producer too. Also, I'm an artist. So I'm a artist all the way around, man. I create content. I know how to produce, like I said, engineer. Also, I do graphic work. So, like, if y'all want to shop for beats, any artists that, see this and they want to shop for beats or whatnot, hit me up, comment, like, and subscribe or whatnot. And that's all I ask for, man. I don't want no money from y'all. Like I said, like, this up and coming next year, I'm gonna be showing like more content. I'm planning to shoot a video soon, another music video. I got more content also coming musically. I'm working on a project right now that I titled Can Cool Kids Win Again. After that, I'm gonna drop an album. I'm naming it Prolific. So I plan on putting some B-list artists on there, like industry B-list artists on there right now. Thinking I don't want to like kind of expose who I want to put on the album, but it's gonna be some artists that y'all familiar with that I'm choosing that I want to select to put on the album and whatnot. So hopefully this music ain't too loud or whatnot, but I feel more comfortable when I'm like in my vibe and giving y'all the messages that I want to give y'all. So I said I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit more, but like not too low. But so, man, like I want to first and foremost and say, man, like I want to, like, to my subscribers, man, I want to apologize to y'all about that last video I shot. But it was necessary that I shot that video, man, because like I just don't go for no disrespect. Hopefully y'all don't go for no disrespect, man. Like, I'm not going for no disrespect and no name calling. I treat everybody with respect, and I expect the same thing, in return, But this video that I'm doing right now, man, it's gonna be the only video I do just for the moment until, like I said, till I find my new, my new place, my new spot, to actually give y'all what I want. Like I said, what month we in? I forget the month so quick, man. There's so much going on in the world, man. But like, we in December, like the beginning of December, like after this month, I have a new intro. Probably before then. I may come back before then. I don't really, like I said, I don't plan things for real, like I used to anymore. I don't really care about planning stuff no more. So I'm gonna try to make this video be as discreet as I can, and as short as I can make it, But for sure though, I want to talk about the dream world, man. So momentarily, I know if you watch my videos from like past tense, like from like months ago when I first started like doing these videos, doing these vlogs, I was talking about like my life and letting y'all get more introduced into like who I am and whatnot, But I had if you heard me talk about those family members, quote unquote, like I don't like giving titles no more to people that's not in my life, that don't actually deserve titles, stuff like that. So I'll say these certain family members, like the DAD that I was telling y'all about earlier, right? So I'm gonna talk about the dream world and how the dream world is so detrimental to what we're going through right now, especially how I feel about it, because I don't, without getting so, just extraterrestrial type and extra, extended on like the extra stuff that's so like conspiracy if that's a word, things that are so how can I say, so far out there, like theories and stuff like that, that contrast into like things that we may think are not believable, like the dream world, pulling stuff out of the dream world and stuff like that, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with me, but I know that I don't plan on, like, me, how I feel and the person I am, man. I'm not a dark person. You know, I have had dark sides to myself, the things I've done, but not as bad as other people, though. You know, like, my biggest thing was sex. That was my biggest, like, thing, my biggest, like, sin, you know, sex. You know, I'm not into hurting people, killing people and stuff like that. Like, I was thugging it at one point. You know, I sold drugs and stuff like that. You know, I went through, like, some weird things, man, growing up. You know, I went through a lot of confusion through family members and stuff like that. You know, from the side that I thought was my dad's side. You know, that I thought was, you know, like, I'm gonna just say this like this. Clearly, the guy that I thought was my dad, he's not my dad. You know, he never took into ignition to, you know, really see if I was biologically his child. So, you know, it's just weird. And I didn't have a father figure growing up, nothing like that. I'm self-taught. Everything I know, I taught myself. I came into my own intuition, knowing things. And as a baby, man, I was not watched. As a little kid, I wasn't watched as close as I should have been watched. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of stuff happened to me, you know. And this shit, like, you know, be fair warning to, like, especially in the times that we in now, man. You know, adults are, like, parents are out there getting their kids vaccinated because of what's going on in the world and stuff, and they believe in the government instead of believing in God, you know. And I just want to, you know, let that be known, you know. But I don't want to talk too much about, like, me and stuff like that, other than just, like, explaining to y'all how real the dream world is. And I'm doing this for this girl that subscribed to me, like, I want to say like a month or two ago, and I promised her that I would come back, you know, and go more into detail about the dream world and stuff like that, man. Like, so that guy that I was telling y'all about that betrayed to be my, you know, father, but he really didn't want the job. Actually, he didn't. And I'll go more into detail about that with his mother and everything like that. You know, I don't understand why she never chose to get a blood test on me. His mom never chose to get a blood test on me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't understand that, you know. But she never did. She passed away. I never got to ask her these questions, you know. But I had a dream like a week before her second son died, just this past 2 days, right? He was like, I don't want to say he's in his mid 50s. He may be in his early 50s, but it was too soon for him to die. So like a week before, just now, before he passed away, like just passed away 2 days ago, right? A week before that, I had a dream that I was with his mother, and like I went somewhere with them in a family van and stuff like that. We used to always go on trips, you know, and stuff like that when I was younger, and I always had these dreams about being in cars and stuff and going places that I was like kind of familiar with, but I wasn't familiar with. So it makes me feel like whatever technology they're using to enhance the dream world inside of my brain, the way the Matrix is doing right now, I don't know what's going on, but it's like my dreams are being invaded while I'm asleep, and it's making me feel like I'm back in the past. But the stuff that I'm seeing is unfamiliar, and it's kind of familiar, but it's unfamiliar because the faces are like just weird, man. It's like it feel like it's family, but it's not family. You know what I'm saying? But so her son that passed away, she had I think 7 kids, I'm not mistaken, probably 6 or 7, because from what I remember, because I don't really pay attention to them anymore like that. But she had like, I want to say 6 babies, right? She had 3 boys, and one of the other boys passed away like 4 years ago. The one that recently passed away is the oldest boy, and he just passed away like 2 days ago, right? So I had a dream that I was in the car, and she was in the front seat, their mother. She was in like the front seat, passenger seat. I don't know who's driving the car, but the oldest son, he was in the back seat, right? And he was just joking and playing and stuff like that. She was getting pissed off that he was joking and playing, right? And I woke up from that dream because like I just, you know, had so many different like avenues of going through the dream, through parallels going through the dream, where I was on a basketball court and I saw the guy that supposedly be my dad. I wasn't feeling him So his energy didn't want to come by me because I didn't like him. I didn't want to, be by him. So the entity felt that energy that I was gonna probably attack if it would have came by me, or I was gonna give it some bad vibes, so it didn't come by me. And to be just clear about the reason why I don't, fund her oldest son, because like I had an experience with him as a kid that I remembered, that for some reason it came back into my head what he did to me as a child, and I told his brother about it, and he didn't take it serious. You know what I mean? Like, he touched me as a child. Let me just be real. He touched me as a child in an inappropriate manner. And I told his brother this, and he denied it, before he died or whatever. Instead of just reconciling and apologizing about it, being realistic with himself, he denied it. You know what I mean? So he went to the grave with that, which is weird to me, man. It was so weird that I had this dream before he passed away. It was so weird, Nobody called me, because the last conversation I had with his brother, I told him, man, don't even call me about when somebody die or something like that. Only time y'all want to congregate, come around and be with each other is when somebody dies or something like that. Y'all don't never make calls. Y'all don't want to be around each other when people are alive. Y'all don't care about each other for real. They really don't, But what's so crazy is like how the dream world could like wear you and warn you of things that are to come, and it was weird to me, man. Like how we so attached to the dream world, we don't understand it. I'm still studying it. I'm still like in my way, because I go to work every day, man, almost 5 days out of a week, 6 sometimes, and like this job where I'm at right now, man, it's not. I grow to like just like I'm tired of working, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of like being a slave for the system, especially being a melanated, copper tone, human being. The things that we went through from our ancestors to everything, we have to work in the system for those that are that don't have our best interests, and we go work for them. Now, not to say that every Caucasian or whatever, like white person, 'cause like let's just be honest, majority of white people run the world. They really do. They ancestors put this in place. So, this is why they going through a lot of stuff. Not just, white people, Arabs, like majority of those that are like not of the darker descendants. They the ones that rule the world. They put rule and domination into the world. So they kind of run everything. You feel me? But it's funny how the dream world, like I couldn't really like make out everything. And like if I get longer time, man, like especially with my memory and my SD and stuff like that, I can go more into details and stuff like that. But I'm getting a new phone like in 2 more weeks, and I'm gonna get a SD so I can go longer and upload these videos. It's kind of frustrating, because when I want to upload these videos, it takes some time for it to upload, But it's funny how the matrix is going down right now, man. Like I don't even care about a lot of stuff no more, man. Like how I used to, A lot of old people starting to come back around in my life, trying to come around and get me to do music with them and stuff like that, man, and participate in stuff that in a manner I don't want to participate in and stuff like that, But once I drop my new music, it'll be more, revealing about who I am, because I get my message across better in my music. I get my thoughts out better in my music, in my art. I get my message out better in my art, But it's funny, man. The dream world is very like intense, man. It really is, It's intense, man. It's very intense, man. And I'm just now, it kind of spooked me a little bit, because I'm like, whoa, I just dreamed about this guy before he died, So it was like weird. Then my cousin, I call this guy my cousin because he really family. He always treated me like family, regardless of whatever, what I'm saying? So my cousin hit me up and told me that he died. And like he was calling my phone when I was at work. He was just calling my phone. I went and answered the phone, and I noticed I picked my phone up, and he was like, the names of the daughters, he was like, they hit you up or whatever. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, for what? Because I don't talk to them, about nothing. So I actually called him when I got off work. And he was like, man, dude, man, so-and-so died, right? I'm like, huh? Like, for real? Like, this shit, like, tripped me out. Because I told, like, no longer from months ago, I told his brother, like, man, don't hit me up for shit when somebody die. Anything like that, bro. Don't even call me, bro. Like, I was like, your wife and the kids you got now, man, they could bury you when you die, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, straight up. I don't fuck with you like that, man, because you flaw, you fake. You know, you chose a woman over you supposed to be son. You went and neglected, you know, somebody that you supposed to have installed, you know, value into, and you didn't learn shit. While you was, you know, saying the whole time, you didn't learn nothing. You know, so if you felt like I want your child, you should have took it to ignition to show and prove that, instead of, you know, trying to make it seem like you wanted to be a father. You didn't want to be that, dog. You know, you didn't want to, you know, be a father. You didn't really want to do that, but you played like you wanted to do that. Did certain shit to make it seem like you was trying to put forth effort when you wasn't. You really wasn't, man. Like, you tried to put a kid in a position to be around you with another woman, you know, that you want to marry, and it wasn't gonna work. You know, you wasn't trying to really search and define yourself to see what it was that you needed to do as a young man. Now, we don't have all the answers, but when I see guys like Derek Grace and his children, he's a young man. Took it to ignition to do what he had to do. And before his time, it was men out there that was reading to enhance their children and change the way that they was raised and to raise you better. Get what I'm saying? But I'll go into more detail about it, man, next time I come back. You know, like I said, I'm ordering a camera. So, like, my vlog's gonna be a whole lot better than what I'm doing right now and stuff like that, man. But I want to say I'm sorry that I gave y'all that moment, you know, for me to have to cuss out a clown that I don't even watch for real. You know, that's why I don't like watching people on YouTube and, like, asking questions on their lives and stuff like that, you know. But I want to apologize to my followers and stuff, like my subscribers and stuff like that, man, and let y'all know that I ain't rocking like that for real, man. That's not how I get down, man. You know, I mean, if you disrespect me, you know, you're gonna get it. You know, it's simple as that. You know, but I don't rock like that. But I'll be back, man, like in a couple of weeks to a month, man, with a whole new script, everything, man. Like, you know, I'm working on my intro for y'all, you know, a better introduction for y'all, so I can look a little more appealing and everything. And I just want to salute y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man. All 23 subscribers. I just got a new subscriber, so hopefully the subscriptions keep growing and whatnot, you know. I'm new to this, so I appreciate y'all, and I'm out, man.